Hello and welcome back to another week of Thrifty Thursday. My name's Marina and this is our channel, Visit Villegas. We do this segment once a week where we share everything that we've purchased secondhand for our home or future projects. And I've got a few fun things to share with you today. I'm gonna start with some art. As you can see behind me, I have a gallery wall. It's quite large and I love it. It's kind of a staple in our home and I call it an overlapping gallery wall. I'm always collecting more pieces because sometimes, not often, but every now and then I might want to swap either one image I have on the wall behind me, or I find that most of my favorite pieces ended up on this wall and some other spots in the house might need a little bit of love in the art department. So I love looking for it and sharing the items that we find. There was an estate sale that didn't sell everything, so I got to check it out like the last day or so. I ran over there and I found some really cool finds. First, I'm gonna share with you, I got this frame and it has some really cool coloring on it. Like, it's hand carved wood. I love finding frames that have a canvas style, I guess you could say padding or border around it before the glass goes inside. The only bummer is like there's no glass and there's no art, but if I find a painting that can fit this, it'll be a lot easier to bring it home knowing I have a frame that works with it. So what I can do is take measurements of all my empty frames, and then whenever I'm out, I like to have a measuring tape with me in the car at all times just in case, so that way if I find a piece of furniture or something I want to bring home, I can measure the space to make sure it'll fit. So same can go with art, and so that would be a great reason to have all of my frames written down in the ratios, so that way it's easier to pick up pieces of art when I find one. It also has a really subtle green hue to the middle border section, and I also love the color green, so I think that's a great piece of art to add to my collection. These were unexpected. I didn't see these in the listing when I went to go see what they had that was left over from the estate sale. So it was shock and surprise, and I was really excited to bring them home. So there's two of these. I got this one here. So I don't know anything about the images themselves. I love the frame. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. A lot more of the style that I've been wanting to add and incorporate into our space. It just feels a little bit more grounded. It feels appropriately aged for the look I'm going for. I do love adding modern elements into our home. So the more ornate and unique or elaborate frames that I find, I also am looking for balance. So personally, this art is not exactly that balance that I'm going for, so I'll probably be looking for I really want oil paintings, so I'm probably going to be looking for a specific kind of oil painting, bring a little bit of that balance between like ornate and then adding modern to eclectic, however you want to say it, making it Parisian modern. Painting itself, I don't believe is actually very old either. It doesn't really have the characteristics of a painting that would be that old. It also is, I think, on a board. It's not a canvas either, so I don't feel really bad about changing it out. The one that matches it is this one. So fun that the frames match. This picture is not as bad to me as far as like colors and everything go. I think they peonies, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it works if I wanted to leave it, but again, I'm kind of wanting to find some oil paintings or oil prints that kind of reflect our style a little bit better and help it have the balance I'm looking for, but so excited about these frames. Speaking of art, I also found this over the weekend, or it might have been on Monday actually, and I actually think that one of those frames could hold this piece. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where you got it for a good deal, so you just brought it home and you're still thinking about it. But again, been on the hunt for more paintings. I found this little guy. So it's an oil painting, has someone's signature on it. It's got fruit bowls and a pitcher, and I kind of like the color tones that are in it are also a little similar to our home. I think for these frames, I'd like something a little bit more deep green landscapes, kind of moody, a little bit on the darker side to play off of how dramatic the frame is. Okay, hold on. It doesn't look bad in this one either though. Like, look at this. It looks kind of nice. Now I'm tempted. I'm gonna have to think about this. Especially if I feel like maybe I need to get coordinating prints to go in both of them. It's kind of a tough one. Okay, I also found 2 of these. These were just kind of sweet. I've mentioned before one day we would love to renovate our kitchen or do like simple small step renovations. It really does take time and planning and budgeting for it. I haven't just jumped into anything because the kitchen we use every single day, multiple times a day, arguably more than your bathroom. And so I really want to make sure that the kitchen is something that's going to be done well, because even if it's, I don't want to say a band-aid project, if it's a temporary hold, I still want to like it and make sure it's going to be done well. Anyways, for the kitchen, I found these simple little crocks. Now they have lids on both of them, and they're just this clean, simple, kind of an off-white. Petite Mason by Wildly Delicious. I have no idea what this brand is. Never seen them before, but some people describe it primarily as a brie baker. Okay, I have 3 other things to share with you guys, but they're all a little bit large, so cue the B-roll. The first thing I want to share is this mirror. I actually might be able to bring this mirror out one second. Okay, we have this mirror, which is 3 feet by 5 feet. 3 by 4. Beautiful frame, love it. It has beveled glass on the edges. I just love mirrors. I'm also thinking about how I did bring one mirror home to go in my guest bathroom, and Max and I are kind of always on the lookout for our future primary bathroom. I have a couple that coordinate with us, so if I wanted to let it be kind of eclectic, that could work. It's nice to have a variety of mirrors to work through, and then if I ever have like a design client one day and I have a group of mirrors to pick from, it's kind of cool to have. Now we're gonna cue some B-roll because I'm gonna tell you about these pieces that I have in my garage. I don't have very many plans for them yet. The pieces in the garage I got at the same time as like this estate sale. They came together. They're 2 coordinating pieces. And the smaller one I was planning on using as a form of a nightstand. What I actually have really been wanting, I've been looking for 2 different styles to put in our primary bedroom one day. So I'm thinking either one, this very traditional 2 drawers with 1 shelf at the bottom. And I like the idea of that because kind of what I mentioned earlier, it would help bring in a little bit of modern to the rest of the house. And I also just like the function of it. My alternative to that, which is more expensive, would be 2 chests, potentially with marble tops. The problem with chest dressers is that they're usually only made in quantities of 1 because they typically go with a set of like a bigger dresser and a taller dresser, and they're also normally vintage or antique. I know it's kind of a tall order that those are the 2 options that I've wanted. Really, the second one is being more difficult, but I've been on the lookout for them. When I saw these for a good deal, I knew that it could work as a temporary solution, and the fact that it came with both is great, except for obviously one of them is going to be too long. They have gorgeous marble tops to them. The drawers are in really excellent shape. I'm probably just going to apply some feed-in wax to the lower halves of them to give them a little bit of a shine. I could potentially use a hemp oil wood finish, which I have. I'm not sure if that's the best product for this like nightstand and chest piece or washstand. I love them. I think that they're really pretty. I love that they're marble top. Really, nothing was lost in getting them. And if it doesn't work out in our primary, then I could potentially use them for my guest room. I do have a long blank wall in there, so that chest piece might work really well in there. It also could work well in like the office and a couple of other places I've thought of as well. I think that it will add something a little hardy to some of the bedrooms. Our nightstands that we got were never meant to be permanent solutions. They were very just temporary to fill a need. They're genuinely not our style or anything that we really like about them. Hence, I don't really share much of our bedroom because of that reason. I don't care for the furniture we have in there. It was the first set of things we purchased when we moved because we didn't move with a king bed frame, and we moved with some nice nightstands that we had from our temporary old place in a very small casita that we lived in. So those nightstands were literally like metal that we could just, it wasn't even a whole piece of furniture. It was like a U shape, and we could just tuck it into different places. You know, it's just a little bit of those growing pains, and it's fun to share all of that with you guys. And remember that it is like a step-by-step process to make your home into the home that you're dreaming. That's just part of life. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode on Thrifty Thursday. My name is Marina. This is Visit Villegas. Take a moment and check out our Instagram and TikToks. Same name, Visit Villegas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys next week.